Hi once again and welcome to Inside Athletics, brought to you by the IAAF. I am your host, Ato Bolden, and you're at my headquarters, the Anson Sports Complex in Miramar in South Florida. First of all, we want to thank all of you who wrote in about our first episode, and we want to start with some of that mail from Odell Glenn Jr., who writes in, and he says, I think the person most capable of taking down Usain Bolt's 9.58 world record is his countryman, Johan Blake. For one, he has the incentive of wanting to defend his 100-meter world crown from 2011, and I also think he is tired of being in Usain Bolt's shadow. On the American side, I feel as though Walter Dix could be a threat at 200, but not so much at 100 meters. And I feel that because of age, Tyson Gay as well as Justin Gatlin may have had their time. I actually think Ryan Bailey could be the threat, especially if he runs the 200 meters in 2013, as he said he would. So we want to encourage you to continue to send in your comments and questions via email and Twitter, and of course you can find us on Facebook. So this week we are talking the great rivalries of 2013, and I want to start with my favorite event to cover, maybe the women's 100-meter hurdles. Now, the queen of the hill right now is Sally Pearson of Australia. She has the Olympic crown as well as the world title, and she got her personal best in 2011 all the way down to 12.28. Nobody she's running against right now has run quite that fast. But what about Dawn Harper, the woman who she succeeded as Olympic champion from the United States? Now, Dawn got the silver in London to go along with her gold that she won in Beijing. So you're talking about the gold and silver medalists from the last two Olympics going head to head, and this is an event where they don't duck each other unlike some events. They line up just about every week in the Samsung Diamond League and all over the world. And when you start talking about the Jamaicans, the Brits, and some of the others who have always had good athletes in this event, I expect the women's 100-meter hurdles to be one of the best events on the track in 2013. But let's shift now a little bit to the men and to the men's 10K. Mo Farah of the United Kingdom now rules the roost. He has the 10,000 Olympic crown. He has the 5,000 Olympic crown. He has the 5,000 World Championship from back in 2011. But what about his training partner, Galen Rupp of the United States, who got the silver medal in the Olympic Games in 2012? He was a great opponent for Mo Farah all through 2012, but I think based on Galen Rupp's 2013 indoor season, that Galen Rupp is going to be a more formidable opponent in 2013 than he was in 2012. Mo Farah has to really watch for him, and that's before we start talking about the Ethiopians. We have the Bekele brothers. Tyreek, who got third in the Olympics, but what about Kenenisa? He still has the world record. A lot of people feel like he's on his way out. He only got fourth in the Olympic Games, and he's been struggling, it seems, with injuries and with fitness in the last couple of years. Is he on his way out? And what about the Kenyans? Are the Kenyans going to have their usual surprise where somebody shows up and starts to really become a factor in that 10K? It could make for a very good 2013 in the men's 10K. And what about the women's high jump? I think that can be one of the best events on the field in 2013. Kostadinova's 2.09 world record has been there since 1987. But next on that list, you have Blanka Vlasic of Croatia, who's at 2.08. Now, we know that she has 2 world titles outdoor, but because of her injury in 2012, she wasn't able to compete in the Olympics in London. The person who got that gold medal in her absence is Anna Chicharova of Russia. She's next on that all-time list, just there at 2.07 meters. I think that the two of them are going to have to battle to see who is the best high jumper in the world, because you have the Olympic champion facing the reigning world champion. That promises to be an epic battle, and that's before we start talking about the United States' Brigida Barrett, who is still in school and I think is the future of that event for the United States. And last and certainly not least, the men's 400. Karani James of Grenada now has world and Olympic titles in the last 2 years. Before him, LaShawn Merritt of the United States had world and Olympic titles. I don't see how those two are not going to have some great battles in that 400 meters, because LaShawn Merritt wasn't able to defend his Olympic crown. He got hurt just before the Olympic Games and had to go out in the first round because he really wasn't able to give an honest effort. He has to be thinking, yeah, I know all you guys are looking at Karani, but I have some say as to how that 400 meters is going to go in 2013. Remember too, the Karani has not quite run as fast as LaShawn Merritt has yet. The last time we saw two guys under 44 seconds at 400 meters was 2008 when Jeremy Warner and LaShawn Merritt did it. I think 2013 is probably going to be one of those years where both Karani and LaShawn are going to go under 44 seconds. So those are the events that I think will be the absolute best in 2013. We want to hear what you think. On your screen now is how you can contact us. And remember, we always want to hear from you. Thank you for watching another edition of Inside Athletics.